Hello friends, welcome to Apex Chess Academy. Today we'll continue with the same theme, immobilizing the opponent's king. And we are checking my game once again, but this time I was a victim and I was playing against one of my favorite player whom I have learned a lot, who is International Master Ratnakaran. He's one of my favorite player. The other favorite players, I mean the in case of basically attacking, I'm just talking about attacking favorite players. Ratnakaran, who is basically very attacking player and is too fast in his calculation as well. Another favorite player is none other than the great Indian talent Adiban. I played two games against him, and I would love to show both games where in one game I drew and the second game I was winning, but there is no excuse, of course, but it was clearly win for me. But he was my inspiration, of course. Even the way he is playing is tremendous. I really follow him in lots of openings, but of course he's playing almost everything. Okay, even some in case of say positional chess, I like few players. For example, Karpo, one of the say I would say the god of positional play, the Karpo. Rubinstein Akiba, one of the favorite player again. Ulf Anderson, who is again a very strong player. Even Leo Sakis, whom again I'm following in some lines. Benoni, French. Okay, so I'm just talking about my favorite players. Now in this game, again the same theme is same, and here I was black. I played e4, c5, knight f3 and e6. This time I have planned to play basically Taimano, but my opponent played the move d3, and of course I am playing French too, so I decided to enter into King's Indian attack with the move d5. Okay, now knight b2, knight b2, knight c6, g3, knight f6, bishop g2, bishop e7, castle. All are the natural moves. Okay, another line which I recommend after say d3, if you are playing a French or say Taimano or Khan, you can just go for knight 6, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, castle, knight ge7, and now here you can just play castle with the move d6 and d5, where you are one tempo down if you directly go with some other move order, but okay, this structure is still fine. This is known as a bot winning structure. Okay, the another recommendation is with what I have played. Say after move number 6, bishop g2, bishop e7, castle, b5, rook e1, queen c7, e5, and fd7, queen e2. Here I played a5. This was a game, it was a very old game of 2007, where I played a5, but nowadays I would say that maybe castle, and after knight f1, bishop b7, bishop f4, rook f c8, with the idea of queen d8 back, and maybe bishop f8 at 6 is probably better. But okay, in this game I played a5, knight f1, bishop a6, bishop f4. All moves are very standard. Now I played castle, h4. This is what everything is standard, and this is known as the King's Indian attack. I played rook a7, my opponent played knight e3, I played rook c8, knight g5, bishop into g5, h into g5, knight f8. So now my knight is basically defending on king's side. Now queen h5, queen d8, and king h2. Here I have to open the second front, otherwise I am going to be crushed very soon. So I played c4. Remember the thing, whenever opponent is playing on a flank side, you must break the center or have to play on another wing. So I am just trying to play c4. Here if there is a rook on d1, I cannot play c4 because After c4, white can just simply close center with the move d4. But here I have the luxury of playing c4. So now my opponent took. I took it back with b pawn, rook h1, and now I simply throw my pawn to c3. It is very necessary, otherwise if I am playing any slow move, I'll be crushed. So after c3, my opponent played bc3, and now I played knight e7 to start my counterplay through c5. Now my opponent played knight g4, I played knight f5, and here my opponent played the move king g1, where I really find a way to escape here. If say after king g1 was a bad move, we have to think some other move that we'll check later. My opponent has the idea of playing knight f6 here, which I already knew, and that's why I played bishop e2. And now my opponent played knight f6 check. I have the resource because I have the move queen into f6. What is the point I'm going to come, right? So now say after queen into f6, queen into e2, and now I simply come back, and now my rook is going to defend through the 7th rank whenever I want. But here let's come back 2 moves back. On move number 23, when my opponent played king g1, instead he should go for the move knight f6 directly. Thanks, my opponent didn't see this move, and later I got a better position, but I couldn't convert into time pressure. But here, according to our theme, I really feel some pressure if my opponent played the direct knight f6 rather than king g1, where I do not have the luxury of playing bishop e2, and I cannot play queen into f6 here. So this is what the long-term sacrifice, where after say g into f6, there is a tremendous pressure, and now you can see this rook, this queen, all these pieces are simply cuts off from the defense of this my king. And now say if I am playing queen b6, now king g1, rook c3, bishop h3. This is what very important move. Now I am going to take on f5 very soon, and my opponent's rook basically is going to defend this f2 pawn after say rook c2. And now after say rook into say a2, I'm still not interested in that rook, because otherwise there is some threat like queen b1, but I will just play rook c1 if I was white. But okay, now all threats are over from black side, and now there are lots of threats looming on king side. Bishop f5, some mating threats like queen h3, and the game is going to be over very soon probably. So I might have been a victim if my opponent has played knight f6, but I was lucky that my opponent has gave me one move after king g1, and I succeed to play bishop e2 and try to get a better position after that. But knight f6 was a tremendous way here to immobilizing the king side by playing knight f6. So I was lucky to survive, but this was crushing, and he just found out same move one move later. But anyhow, Ratnakar was one of another my inspiration, and the way he played the Benoni, I was a big fan of Benoni. I was playing Benoni after watching lots of his games, and his pick rating was very high, probably 2470. Nowadays maybe he's a bit out of form, but I'm damn sure that he's going to make a comeback, and he'll become a GM. So wish him very best for his upcoming tournaments. So hope you have enjoyed the second part of Immobilizing the King, and stay tuned for my future videos. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell to get the future videos as well. Thank you friends.